This is Morning Motivation for Educators on the Bee Podcast Network. Learn about all the shows at beepodcastnetwork.com. You'll hear from a variety of formal and informal educators who help put this podcast together. If you'd like to contribute your voice to this show, please go to morningmotivationedu.com to apply.
Welcome to Morning Motivation for Educators. I'm Danielle Nuhfer, a former teacher who knows firsthand how exhausting and overwhelming this work can be. After 20 years in the classroom and 2 bouts of my own teacher burnout, I found tools to help teachers not just survive but thrive. Teaching Well was created to help educators like you manage stress, find balance, and reconnect with the passion that brought you to teaching. This podcast is your space to breathe, reflect, and take those small steps toward feeling more grounded and more fulfilled. Your well-being is crucial to your school success, and I'm here to support you. So with that, let's begin. I'm diving more deeply into some counterintuitive advice that I shared upon reflecting on my birthday, and why I've continued to stay in this field of education. I think each of these topics, try new things, do hard things, and learn new things, are really worth diving into. So that's what we're going to do. For the next few episodes, I'll dive into how and why of each. Consider how these things can be implemented into your life and see if you can commit to one of these changes. Some of the educators I know who have spent the longest time in the field are the ones who seem incredibly busy. But not just incredibly busy doing work in the classroom. They're the ones who have plans after the school day. Bring trinkets of their adventures over the summer break or long weekend. Decorate their classrooms with representations of their hobbies, their race numbers, medals, favorite books, pictures of their favorite places. They're the ones who have stories about life beyond the 4 walls of their classrooms. I do sometimes think that students believe we live at school. I still have former students today who, when they see me at the grocery store or the gym, can't figure out where they know me from because there's just always an association with the classroom. But the idea is to challenge their perception and sometimes reality that you live in your classroom and create a rich and even potentially quirky life beyond it. Well, why would you do that? You may be thinking, I'm busy, I need to prioritize school. Of course, you have a job to do, but you do prioritize school. You're there for at least 7 to 8 hours a day. And this amount is only rivaled by the amount of sleep you should be getting. But when you try new things and schedule those things into your life to make sure that they are prioritized, naturally, some of the anxious and nervous energy we spent worrying about details about the classroom that are beyond our control actually dissipate because we're thinking about something else. When we shut our classroom door and go home, change out of our work clothes, and begin the painting project, workout routine, or recipe we are now going to master, we allow our working part of our brain to rest. And we give space for us to experience ourselves in another way. And here's what happens. When I'm doing that activity, going for that walk, taking that drive, I will often give myself time and space to then go back into school with a clearer head and a more compassionate heart. When I allow myself the gift of being fully human, not quote unquote living at school, this is when the good ideas pop into my head. When I'm creating other things and experiencing new skills, I get clearer about solutions that I've been looking for about my classroom. Don't worry, I know you're busy. And that's why this next podcast will be about how to do it and actually fit these things in for real. Because that's what I'm about. I'm really talking about how to do this for real. So for now, just be thinking about the why and what you want to try that is new. What do you want to rediscover? What new things do you want to do? You don't have to choose what to say no to. You have to choose to bring the new things into your life, and then what happens, it's actually pretty magical. The other things that aren't all that important don't actually stick around for very long. Thanks for joining me today. If you're ready to dive deeper into your well-being, check out my book, The Path of the Mindful Teacher, or schedule a call to connect. Find links for these and other ways we can work together in the show notes and at teachingwell.life. Remember, caring for yourself is the best way to care for your students.
Thanks for listening. And whatever role you have in education, we have a podcast for you at bpodcastnetwork.com. Who among your friends and colleagues needs to hear this message today? Please share it with them right now.